we hear these stories here and there, left and right, about the right to abortion, and so many of them involve women that are losing their children, that have diseases or problems like trisomy 18. The kid's never going to make it type of thing, and it might destroy the fucking ability to have a child. We hear about these things so much anymore. We don't think about them so much. We haven't had to in the last 50 years. But how much in the last 50 years has this become more of a problem, I wonder? Women that are becoming barren because of the way things are going, and needing more women to have children. Oh, I'm about to go over the ledge on this one. Watch this. In about 1992, 1993, I was at Michigan State in Phil Fisk's Radical Thought in America class. It just covered an elective for core credits that I needed to do. And if I had to take ALT, American Literature and Thought, and I had a choice of things, I looked Radical Thought. I wasn't a radical thinker at the time as far as I know. But I was curious to see what the radicals were looking at. So I took the class. And as it turned out, I think I was one of the most radical people in that class. The professor, Phil Fisk, he was surprised with my final paper. He was shocked. He's like, "You were in the military?" I said, "Yes, sir." And I would have never guessed. He didn't know, and because we had to go over our papers with him in an office meeting, before we turned them in. He wanted to make sure we had our heads right. He didn't know that I'd been in the military. It turns out I'm radical. Oh, a free radical. The last free American. Acting as a cancer. But the thing about this, we read The Handmaid's Tale in that class. I was introduced to it. And there's that thing where the woman and her husband and the kid in the back, they're trying to get out of the goddamn place. This whole thing has gone to shit right when it started. Like 2025 would be if that poor guy were to win the elections. Everybody's trying to get to Canada, and they shoot the fucking husband in the back, and they take the woman. Who knows what happened to the kid? I don't remember. But they put her in, made her a handmaid, and then they were fucking her while the woman was sitting there holding her hand. And so the idea is, they needed babies. And why? The idea was that women were impotent, but it's not true in my opinion. I'm sure it was the fact that it was old man sperm that just wasn't taken, and they wanted to keep banging young chicks. How did they get to that point? Oh, well, they're talking about it now. All these kids are getting sick in the womb and dying. Why? In Handmaid's Tale, it was because the whole goddamn environment had gone fucking pestilent. Not pestilent. It was just sick. It was dirty. The water was no good. The air wasn't clean. And people were getting sick. And here we are. The women, their unborn babies are getting sick, and they're forcing them to have them, and then they can't have any more. They blame the women. I don't blame the women. I blame, here's where we go over the ledge. Way back when they start trying to fucking fight against the EPA, the Environment Environmental Protection Agency is trying to make for clean air and clean water, and they keep knocking it down. Why? So they can poison the air. Why? So they can have everybody getting sick. Why? So that they can fucking put everybody in a hole and make them bang their master while the woman, the wife, watches. That's all that poor guy wants. Melania would sit over there fucking getting her hair done, watching Karen McDougal get banged, watching Stormy Daniels waiting in line. They don't care about anything. It's a way to keep things fucking down. It's a reason to say you have to have a baby. We don't have enough babies. And in that same class, the very first day, Phil Fisk said to the whole class, he said, write what you think is the root of all evil. You've got fucking 20 minutes, something like that. And I wrote, and everybody's writing greed, money, and fucking things like that. And I read mine, I said, humanity is the root of all evil, because all animals in the world, they don't kill just to kill, they kill to eat, they kill to survive. Here, humanity comes along and we just kill to kill. Ape kills ape. And, well, you want to question why it is women are getting sick today and why they think they need to finally get to a point where they can say, we've got a new rule for this. They've been planning it all along. They've been making us sick. They've been filling us with toxins and disease. Not disease they've created, but disease that's allowed. What bigger disease is there than sociopathy?